is your net worth. Today's session is going to be very much self-learning and informative as we move forward in our session. So I hope this session will bring some positiveness within us, which will help us in our daily life. As we all know that no man is an island entire of itself. The phrase expresses the idea that human beings fare badly when isolated from others and need to be a part of a community to thrive. We know relationships are the most consistent source of meaning in our lives and work. Whether we deal with co-workers, supervisors, family, or friends, social connections create depth and richness in our daily lives. So we need to debunk this dysfunctional belief that networking is just hustling people around us, slimy business, and a means of asking direction. We also know that networking is an essential skill when it comes to doing business and fostering personal and professional relationships. In this session, we will unlock the hidden power of connections for wealth, success, and happiness in the digital age by recognizing our networking around our values and beliefs to discover the kind of lasting relationships, personal transformation, and ultimately tangible wealth that are the foundation for happiness and success. Now, moving ahead in this session, I would like to share a little bit about our organizer. This webinar is being organized by the IT wing of Raj Yoga Education and Research Foundation, which is a sister organization of Brahma Kumaris and was formed in the year 2015. Our IT wing aims at bringing internal transformation in the professional, especially for the IT and allied industries. And the Raj Yoga Education and Research Foundation has 20 different wings that are providing services to different sectors of the society. The Brahma Kumaris was started in the year 1936, which is an international non-governmental organization in general consultative status with the Economic and Social Council and UNICEF. It is also affiliated to the UN Department of Public Information. If you want to know more about the organizer, you can browse through the links given in the slide. During the session, if you have any questions, then please park them aside to the end where we will have some time for questions and we will attend them one by one. Now, without any further delay, we will turn our time to our speaker, Dr. Raj Yogini Brahma Kumari Sunita Didiji. Sunita Didiji is a reputed international management consultant, hailed as one of the influential thinkers of our time. She is very popular in social media. You can browse to her YouTube channel and the link is provided in the slide. She has a powerful, clear personal vision to bring science, psychology, management, spirituality together in the service of developing world sovereigns through self-sovereignty. So she is the focal point of India region of Brahma Kumaris United Nations Shiv Shakti Leadership Initiative. She is currently a senior Raj Yoga teacher at Brahma Kumaris headquarters, Santivan. She is graduated in psychology from Mumbai University and also holds Master in Science in IT from Sikkim Manipal University and her MBA from Southern Adventist University, USA, and also completed her PhD in management from Veer Narmad South Gujarat University. She is known for her engaging high energy style, practical wisdom, and making learning a fun. So she's traveled various places on invitation in India, USA, Canada, UK, Singapore, Mauritius, Dubai to conduct interactive workshops with standing ovation. She is an awardee of 100 plus national and international awards for gratifying various corporate and community issues. To name a few, Corona Warrior Award, Exceptional Global Spiritual Doctor Award, Lifetime Achiever Yoga Ratna Award, World Mother of Benevolence Award, Women of Abundance Award, Pride of City Award, Femina Super Woman Award, Unparalleled Emotional Healer Award, Lifetime Achiever Positive Energizer Award, Amazing Speaker Award, Best Concept Academy Award as Director of Naritva Darshan Film, Ideal Spiritual Mentor Award, Ambassador of Peace Award, Global Peace Guru Award, Nari Sakti Nari Gaurav Award, Distinguished Spiritual Entrepreneur Award, Outstanding Spiritual Wisdom Leader Award, and many more. So today we have a very eminent personality with us. Let us welcome her. Welcome, sister. Welcome to the program, and thank you, sister, for joining us. And now I would request Sunita Didiji to continue with the session. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Am I audible?
Yes, sister.
Okay. Just see. Yeah. Om Shanti. And a very, very good evening and happy Navratri to all of you. Yes. So first of all, I express my deep gratitude to our Supreme Father, the Almighty God Shiva, as well as I express my deep gratitude to our IT wing, Bhubaneswar, Brother Pidbasa Bhai and his team, as well as Ravi Bhai and his team, and all of you, each participant today who have joined on Zoom as well as on YouTube. Thank you so much for your valuable time and presence. And the topic is also so interesting. Your network is your net worth. Your network is your net worth. What we have been listening up till now today, the most wealthiest person in the world, who's he? We see in 2021, according to the research by Forbes, it has been discovered that since last 4 years, the CEO of Amazon, Jeff Bezos, he is on the top list of highest net worth with $177 billion, right? Well, Corona has taught us a very, very good lesson that your net worth is not dependent on, or it's not valued by what are your financial assets. It's what you have achieved physically, outwardly, materialistically. But it is your network, who are in your network, right? That is actually deciding your net worth. And so the real net worth is not focused on what is outside, but it is something inside. And that network which is inside is not what valuables we have gained outside, but it is the values that we possess inside. And therefore, I remember this incident of, this sage Narad, when he placed Sri Krishna on one pan of a weighing scale, and he asked his wives that now you have to put something heavier on the another pan. And so there was this Satyabhama, and she started placing all her ornaments. She said, oh, these are the most expensive, most valuable. There can be nothing more valuable than this. And she started placing all her ornaments. But yet, that pan was not becoming heavy, right? And then she said, okay, I should be removing that which is there on my body also that I'm wearing. She did all that, but yet Sri Krishna's span did not move up. And then it was Rukmaniji who just put a leaf of tulsi, a tulsi leaf, and there Sri Krishna's span went up and up and up. Now you see this small commodity, a thing, tulsi leaf. It's not at all heavy. It does not have any weight. But God gave it an intangible value. It became a symbol of love for God. And that is the net worth of anybody, of each one of us. The love that we have inside us for ourselves, for our network, and in that network is also our God, right? So therefore, the real net worth is what we possess within, inside us. It's an inside out process. And therefore, this network, that also we need to understand. So this network that we are talking about, today we'll understand this with the analogy of this tree that we have here, right? Because there are three parts in a tree, the main three parts, and that is the roots, the trunk, and the crown of the tree. So we will understand with this analogy of the tree about the network. Before that, let us do some reflection exercise and see who actually are there in my personal network. So let's sit back straight and just reflect upon your day when you opened your eyes in the morning. And just ask yourself this question: who all are there in your network? Whom all did you meet since the day in the morning when you opened your eyes and till night when you close your eyes? Whom all did you come across? It could be any one particular day of a week. It could be just yesterday. You just make a quick list. It could be today, since morning till now. Just reflect upon quickly. It's something which we do daily. We are always meeting someone or the other. In the morning when we get up, there's a doorbell ringing. There's that milkman. There's that newspaper wala. Right? Then you have to prepare maybe your food for your children, your spouse. And if you are a brother, then you have to prepare yourself for your office. So like that, you come across so many people in your network, so many others in your network. So just make a quick list in your mind. You may want to write down. If you have a notebook or something, you may do that. So we'll give you a minute or so for that. I think most of you might have just made the list, isn't it? Are you all ready? If yes, you may just click on raise your hands. Okay, good. So now I'll be asking you two questions. You may keep your list ready in front of you. And whatever you have just jotted down on your list, please keep that list itself. And in that list, which you have made now, the first question is, how many of you have God in your network? Please raise your hand. If you have already raised your hand before, remove that and again raise your hand. If you have God in your network. Anybody? Please be very honest. Anybody of you? Yes, is Sapna Ben there? Is Sapna Ben here? Pidasa bhai, is Sapna Ben there?
Yes, she's there. She'll be reading out.
Okay.
Yes,
So, yes, Sapna Ben. Anybody raising their hand for the God in the network? I can see only one here, but if you can see any more.
Yeah, Hasmukh bhai, Supriya Behan.
Okay, so there are 2, 3, right? Fine. Never mind. Wherever I do this exercise, I find few only. And, maybe because sometimes they see us also, so they remember about God. And nowadays, we are seeing that everybody are facing so many problems. And so also this Corona has actually helped us to remember God a lot, isn't it? So we do have few of us, the God in our list. Now, another question. Anybody of you have in this list, which you have just made now, have you noted down yourself in the network? Your own name in the network? That you have met your own self? Anybody? Yes. So we don't find, right? Only one maybe. Yes. Fine. Yes. So thank you so much for this. So what do we understand from this? That in our network, we have been focusing upon whom we are seeing others outside. And we find that that is only our network, right? So we are actually coming in relation with the network, which we are seeing outside. And that is only the 10% of the iceberg. The 90% of the iceberg is below the sea level, right? And that 90% actually comprises what? It's something which is comprising the inside part. And therefore, when we take this analogy of the tree, we see that the roots are something which are not visible. They are not visible, but they are the foundation of the tree. If the roots are not strong, then when there are storms, then that tree will be uprooted. But if the roots are strong, then the tree is not uprooted. It will shake, but it will not get uprooted. Yes. So also, what are the roots of our network? The roots are actually, which is our own self and our connection with the God. And this root about our own self with the connection with God, and then connecting with others also as the souls in the roles that they are playing. This is called as spirituality. So this spirituality is the USP of India. When I was doing my research on spirituality in management, this was the first doctoral research, which I was fortunate enough to be instrumental in doing it. And it was a comparative study of leaders in India and USA. And I was sponsored by Tata Trust to go to USA to do the research. So when I was in USA and I was interviewing the corporate leaders about spirituality in management, during that time, what I saw there was everybody, whether it's India or USA, everybody actually said that we do believe that it is the self which is very important. And we focus on the values. Up till now, what we used to say is that it's like if anybody is not according to our whatever we want to do or according to our way, we just say, okay, fire. It's higher, fire. But now we are paying attention on retention of the people, because we are focusing on the values, right? So therefore, the most important thing in the network is about the values that we possess. And the values that we possess, they are inside us, isn't it? So therefore, the roots, that is the spirituality, is the USP of India. In America, I asked them, what is your USP? They said that our USP is liberty. And then when I went to UK, they said that their USP is loyalty, supremacy of the Queen. In Middle East, the USP is oil, right? Japan, USP is technology. In India also, we are famous for many, many things like the literary contributions, the architectural edifices that we have. Then we have this Himalayas, the natural beauty. There's so many things. But the speciality of India is spirituality. And that is in our roots, that is in our foundation, which is not seen with these physical eyes. But that is something which is very, very valuable, which is very important. And once our roots are strong, then the trunk that comes out of it, that is also very stable. That is our emotional health, our physical health. Because if the spiritual health is good, then it has an effect on our emotional as well as physical health. So if our spiritual health is good, then whatever we are interacting in our network, that is also healthy, because it affects our relationships also then in our network. So what is important is that to know who I am first, because it is my network. I say that I am the leader, I am the boss, or I am the father, the caretaker of the family. So this is the one very selfish one-letter word, that is the I. And everything is revolving around this I. Today we have this IT technology, iPad, iPhone, iPod, even IT, isn't it? Everything all is, revolving around this I. But if we understand the true meaning of this I, who is this I who is saying that, yes, I am the master, I am the boss, it is my network. Who is this I who is saying? And if I take a pause, I realize that whatever I'm seeing outside this physical body, this is not the real I. This is not my real identity. This is not my originality. My originality, my identity is different than this. Because whatever is there, I'm seeing through this physical eyes, is there today, it's not there tomorrow. And therefore we have this saying that if money is lost, nothing is lost. But if health is lost, something is lost. And if character is lost, everything is lost. And therefore, who is poor? I always like this saying that a poor is one who has money, and nothing else than money. And that is the poorest of the poor, right? And who is rich? Who has the highest net worth? Whose foundation, the roots of spirituality are very strong. Who has this real identity of oneself, that I am a very, subtle, a very small, tiny, metaphysical identity here in the center of the forehead. When I dissect from here and here, near the pituitary gland here, and inside here, there is a hypothalamus, which is called a seat of emotions. And near that seat of emotions, there's that energy, which is called a psyche. So I am that spiritual entity, that spiritual energy, which in spiritual language, we call it as soul. So this, I am that soul. And when I say I'm a soul, then what is my net worth? My net worth is my identity, my originality of my original sanskar of being peace, of being loving, of being at bliss, of being happy. And that is my net worth. And when I am stabilized in this, my originality, my original sanskar of my real net worth, and then when I look out and I look at my network, then what I see, that I am stable in my emotional maturity, in my emotional health. And then when I look out at others, then I see each one as also a very loving flower, a very sweet fruit of this God's eternal tree. Each one in my network is also originally very, very loving, very peaceful, very pure entity, a spiritual being. They are very fragrant flowers of God's beautiful garden. But when can I actually be able to maintain this vision and to be able to see myself in that originality? When I am strong in my roots, that is, I'm spiritual, but I'm also connected with the seed. Because the roots, they are connected with the seed. The seed is the supreme, the supreme power, the almighty. So this tree that we see here, if we just invert that tree, we'll find that the seed is at the top. The seed is not in this world. The creator, the seed is the creator of the tree, and he is the almighty, the God. He's the ocean of peace, ocean of bliss, ocean of all powers. And when I am connected with the seed, then I am with that frequency of the highest energy of peace, love, bliss, and then I'm automatically under his canopy and I find myself very safe. And when I am safe, I am loving, then automatically when I am coming in connection with my network, there I find that I can actually radiate that peace out to others. And therefore we'll see these three parts, the roots connected with the seed. So there's a connection there with the seed, which is very, very important. And when I'm connected with the seed, I'm in my original nature, my original identity. And then I see others also with that same original vision and original identity. The next is the trunk, which is my emotional health, which I need to cultivate. So first I'm connected with my spiritual being and my almighty Godfather, the seed. And then I cultivate his qualities, his sanskars in myself. So first I cultivate those sanskars within me. And when I cultivate those sanskars within me, then I am also ready to empower my network with those sanskars. Then whoever may be in my network, it's like today is Navratri, day 3, and it is about Ma Chandraghanta. And I was sharing this today in a program about Ma Chandraghanta, and it has a very beautiful meaning, which is connected with our network and net worth. It's such a coincidence that today we have this topic on network and net worth, and today itself is the day 3 of Ma Chandraghanta, which actually is a symbol of a very good network and having a high net worth. I'll just share the story about Ma Chandraghanta with you also. Chandraghanta's yesterday in day 2 was the another form of Ma Brahmacharini. And when Ma Brahmacharini finished her penance, then she was able to marry God Shiva. And so Parvati, there are different forms of all Ma Parvati. So in the marriage, there were all types of deities as well as devils in the marriage. So Parvati Ma was, very, they say that she was afraid of seeing all the devils also in the marriage, that Bharat, what you say, in that in that procession. So she told Shiva that, please, you change this form, they should, of devil, I don't like this form. And so it said that Shiva took a very beautiful form, and then Ma Parvati got the form of Chandraghanta, in which they showed, the half moon on the head, which symbolizes the bell, which is also is like a half moon, So when any girl gets married, it is said that she does not marry only with the partner whom she loves, but she is actually marrying the entire family. And in the family, there are people of all kinds. There may be someone who is loving, there's someone who is hating, there's someone who is having, not good intentions. There may be someone who is giving respect, someone who is not giving respect, someone who is jealous. There's so many different varieties and sanskars in the family. So in this procession also, they were all different. So Ma Chandraghanta symbolizes of actually playing the bell, ringing the bell. And that ringing the bell is the bell of knowledge. So using the bell of knowledge with the very coolness of the moon, and with the sweetness of the knowledge. So the bell is about actually the sound waves. And the sound waves are in the sweetness. So with the sweetness in the voice and with the very cool minded, it's like she is actually dealing with her network of the family. And so when she is dealing with that cool mind and with the sweetness with everybody, then she is actually winning the hearts of everybody. And when she is winning the hearts of everybody, then she is victorious even over the negative sanskars of the people in the network. And that increases her net worth, isn't it? So your network is your net worth is when we are connected with our seed, our roots, our spirituality, and when we are connected with our values inside of being peaceful, of being loving, of being sweet. And with those values, when we are coming in relation with our network, then whoever may be in our network who is not behaving as per our desire, who is not supporting, who is going against us, who is having maybe some sanskar which is actually creating a lot of noise, a lot of disturbance. But yet, Ma Chandraghanta, we need to be like her, and we need to be cool-minded and remember the formula of giving feedback, constructive feedback, which is very important in having a very good network. Because in order to empower our network, when we find someone who is having some or the other quality which is disturbing, there we also then start reacting. And we lose our net worth of our love, peace, sweetness. And then we blame that because that person behaved in that way, so I reacted, so I got angry. So we start blaming, we start pointing fingers. And that actually depletes the energy of our network. And therefore, it has an adverse effect on our net worth too. So in order to empower our network, we have to be very careful. How are we dealing with those people who, with those people who are good? It's very easy. Even we are good with them. But with those people who are against us, who are not according to our way, during that time, how should we actually deal with them? And there is a very good knowledge that God Shiva, gives us, and that is about the constructive feedback. So what is this constructive feedback? That it's not that we do not say anything at all to anybody, and we say that, okay, we just need to tolerate and don't say anything. No, we need to say, but when to say, how to say, that is very important. So while giving feedback, we need to see, first thing, what are our intentions? Are our intentions to prove that the other person is wrong? Are our intentions to prove that whatever the other person is doing is incorrect? And with that intention, if we are giving the feedback, then of course, then in our network, we'll find that we are not empowering the network, but we are more and more depleting the energy of ourselves as well as of others. And therefore, that also is again adversely affecting our net worth. So we have to check our intentions. And what our intention should be? To uplift our network. To see that whoever they are in the network, however wrong they may be, but we are not there to prove them, but we are there to improve. So we have to shift this attitude from prove to improve. We have to shift our attitude from having a transaction in our network, that if you do this, then I will do this, instead of having a transformational attitude that I need to first check my intentions. So let me check my intentions and make my intentions very pure, like Ma Chandraghanta. Having intentions of benevolence for everybody. That everybody should be uplifted in my network, whoever they may be. They may be my enemy, but yet they become my friends. So when I have those pure intentions, pure vibes, and then if I say something, I will be also not expressing immediately, but I will be explaining. There's a difference between when you express and when you explain in your network. When I get hurt inside, if somebody insults me and if I get hurt, then I will express immediately. But if I'm having an emotional stability here inside and I'm stable on my high level net worth of being loveful, of being peaceful, of being respectful, then I won't get disturbed and hurt inside and I won't express immediately, but I will try to explain in a way that the other person understands. It's like saying that you speak to be understood and you listen to understand. So in order to explain, I first listen that why is that other person behaving in such a way? What is the reason? And when I understand that reason behind the person, then I automatically, my tone of explaining will also become the tone of full of love, connected with my innate values, my high net worth. And when I'm connected with that high net worth of innate values, then my tone is also very sweet, like Ma Chandraghanta, and winning the heart of others. So it's very important that our words are also very beautiful, along with our thoughts, which we create, which are very beautiful. So when we create thoughts, beautiful thoughts, and then when it's time to come in connection with our network, we have to see that our words are also very beautiful. And so the third question, the third important part, the important aspect that we need to remember while giving a constructive feedback in our network is that what time, is it the right time to speak? It's very important. Sometimes that person is not in a mood to actually listen what we want to say. So we need to wait, give some time. And when we wait, what happens in the meantime, even we become a little cool-headed, right? Because we forget the issue. We don't lay emphasis on the issue. The issue is only 10%. 90% is actually our intentions, our tone, our what we actually want, our good wishes for that person. That is very important. So we wait for that some time. And when we wait, we find that, the issue was also so small. And then when we are explaining also, it's not pointing finger at them, but we may tell in a form of a story or something like that, in which actually makes that other person understand about it. And that enhances our network, that empowers our network. And when our network is powerful, then that increases our net worth also, because remember, as in the beginning, the sister said that we are not an island. So we are interdependent. We need each other, isn't it? So before being interdependent, it's very important that we remain independent also. Because if, say, someone says something and I get disturbed, then I'm giving the remote of my life to that other person, and I'm dependent upon that other person. And if I am dependent upon how the other person is behaving with me, and then I will behave, then I won't be able to be that interdependent with that other person. Because the basis of being interdependent, is independence. I need to be independent of however the other person is. And when I am independent, no matter however the other person's sanskar is, I am detached, and I am stable in my net worth, then I can actually contribute in my network. And so what is very important, the first part was connection. The other was cultivation of sanskars by constructive feedback. And the third is contribution, which we see in the crown of this tree. The leaves, the fruits, the flowers, they are all for others. The shade is all for others, right? So it is in contribution, it is in giving that I empower my network. So what I get from my network is important, but what I give to my network is of primary importance. Because what I give to my network is in return what I get from my network. So when I'm contributing love, peace, support, cooperation, irrespective of whatever may be the sanskars of everyone in the network, then I get lots and lots of blessings from my network. And these blessings, they work like a spare tire for me. A spare tire you have in the trunk of the car, and you're on a very long journey, and suddenly your tire goes flat, but you are stable because you have a spare tire in the trunk, which will help you at this moment when your tire is flat to replace the flat tire. So the blessings, they work like spare tire. When all these sudden situations that come, Corona had come and has gone. There are other situations. We are in the world where we are in the ocean of situations. And we cannot tell to these waves of oceans that please stop, I want to go ahead. They will come one after the other. They are there and they are certainly going to come. What is important, what I need to focus upon is not on the situations, but on my inner power, my inner net worth, of love, peace, happiness, connected with Almighty. When I am focused inside, sorry, on my inner net worth, then automatically I am powerful from inside and I start giving what I am filled inside with. But as soon as I look outside on the storms, on the situations that are coming, my energy is depleted. I become empty from inside. I find my net worth to be very low. I find, oh God, what is this happening? Why it is happening with me only? And I start blaming everybody. It's because of them. It's because of Corona. It's because of this that I am in this situation. It's because of this boss who is behaving, who is having this politics, or who is having this partiality with others. And therefore, I'm not being promoted. So it's all the reasons I can find outside in the network. And then I'm radiating that very weak and negative energy into my network. And then I say that, oh, I am of no worth at all. My life is of no worth at all. What is this life to live at all? Let me not live this life at all. And, there's the thought of committing suicide. So let us not look at the situations outside. Let us remember the situations have no power in them. I am powerful inside. My originality, my identity is that I am a powerful being. I'm a beautiful being. Beauty is not what is outside. There was one teacher in the class, she wrote on the blackboard, I'm just sharing this in a lighter vein. She wrote on the blackboard, I am beautiful. Students, what tense is this? And one of the students said, teacher, it's past tense. So beauty is not what is outside. Outside, God has given me a very beautiful body, maybe. Thank God for that. But now what I need to give to God, I need to live my life beautifully. That is the greatest gift that I can give to God. We have become so much of achieving, having, hoarding, consuming of attitude. We are having so much of this that we do not even leave God. And we have even, when we, in our prayers also, we are just asking and asking help and support from God. But I remember this, John F. Kennedy, the first president of India, in his first America, and his first presidential speech, he said that don't ask what you want, but just give what you have. Ask yourself what you can give to the country. Don't ask what you can get from the country. So also, don't ask what you can get from God, but just ask yourself what you can give to God also. God has come down into this earth, descended into his medium, which we call as Brahma, because it is said that, it's through Brahma, the entire universe is created. The first thought of Brahma, the entire universe is created. So God, Shiva, through Brahma, is actually telling us, has chosen us, and is telling us that, oh, sweet children, I need your help to make this world a better place to live in, to make this world again that golden aged world, where you were all giving and giving to everybody, where your net worth was of highest, your network was fully empowered one. And materialistically and spiritually also, you were very enriched and empowered. So again, now I need your help. So it's God is also asking us that we need to help him. It's Govardhan Parvat, the Himalaya, the Govardhan. It said that God gave his little finger to raise that Himalaya, that Govardhan mountain, but not alone with God's little finger. He said, everyone's little finger is required, right? So also today, collectively, Corona has brought us on a global level that collectively together, we need to work upon this. We need to work upon enhancing our network from within and empowering our network with in consciousness of being in our original identity of ourselves as a soul, children of the God, the Almighty, the seed of this world tree, the Almighty, the ocean of love, the ocean of peace. So when we are in this consciousness of the soul and the Supreme Soul, then no situation outside can be that big that can overpower us. It's this soul consciousness and the consciousness of God which makes our intellect very, very beautiful, very divine, very clear, very transparent, in which we can see, we can listen to our intuitions. We can see the solution, that silver lining of the dark cloud, those solutions we can see. And when we see those solutions, we work upon them and we support everyone in our network. Instead of just letting down the other person, when we see that anybody is fallen down, we will go and bend and pick up that person, right? We won't say, oh, good, fallen down. Okay, go more. It's good that you've fallen down. Sometimes we do have that attitude for some people, isn't it? But then that is actually when we have fallen down from our net worth of a soul consciousness and consciousness of the Supreme. And then we radiate that negative energy in our network. And then we are not ready to support others. And we say that it's good and we want to take revenge. And then we say, that will teach him a lesson. But that is not empowering our network. So if we find anybody who has actually, fallen down in values, maybe it could be in business, it could be loss in materialistically or any other way, in loss of some very good family member or whatever, let us take a step ahead to give, to contribute, to help, to support, which is very, very important to empower the network. And that can happen only when we have a higher purpose in our mind. I remember this very good analogy when I talk about a higher purpose, and that is about an ice cream and a candle. What is the common thing between both of them? In these two things, an ice cream and a candle. Anybody of you would like to just share? You can raise your hand. What is the common thing between an ice cream and a candle? Yes? Anyone of you? What's the common thing? Ice cream and candle, both. What's the common in both? Yes, Sapna Ben, anybody has raised hand? Because here whom I can see.
Yeah. Ritu Ben said they melt.
Yes. Jitu Ben.
Ritu.
Okay. So Ritu Ben, yes, very good. Ice cream and candle, they both melt. But what is the difference? Difference is that, this ice cream, we say, oh, please consume fast before it melts, right? There's that fear that we may lose it. So consume, eat it fast before it melts. And for a candle, we say enlighten another candle before it melts. So you see the difference? Fear, consuming. Yes, anybody?
Yeah, one is hot, one is cold. Then one answer came like both melt when it comes to the outer atmosphere.
Okay, thank you. So melting is the similarity, hot and cold is difference, but you see this minute difference of the purpose. Purpose of the ice cream, consume, have it, grab it, this fear. But purpose of the candle, enlighten another candle. So support others and enlighten your network, empower your network, because that is my net worth. I am interdependent on my network, right? So if I see somebody who is having any weakness and I say, fine, let it be, who cares? No, it's like those pollen grains. When there is that wind, what happens? Whatever is there in one pollen grain, it goes to the other place also, in the neighboring place also, right? And it is actually giving even that thing in the neighbor also. So if there is one weakness here, and if I say, fine, never mind, and we just let go, and we don't create positive vibes for them, then they are not empowered, and then that will affect our net worth also, because we are interdependent. So it's very important that we support whoever are there in our network with very positive vibes, and together we come out of any situation that we are facing and help each other in whatever situation we are in, and come out with supporting, by contributing, by giving. It's very, very important. So connection with the seed, the Almighty, with our original identity, that I am a peaceful, loving being, a child of the Almighty Supreme Father, who is ocean of peace, ocean of love. Cultivation of high net worth, high energy level, you can say, or positive sanskaras within me, a positive attitude within me, as well as helping others to sustain those in my network, to cultivate those sanskaras in them also by constructive feedback. And third important thing, contribution. So there's three parts of the tree: the seed, the roots, the trunk, and the crown. Connection, cultivation, and contribution that will enhance, empower our network, and also enhance, enrich our net worth. Yes, and therefore my network is my net worth. And very important to start with my original self, soul consciousness, and consciousness of the Supreme, very, very important in my network. So let's sit for some time in meditation to empower our network and enrich our network. So I request all of you to sit back straight and keep your eyes open. You may not close your eyes, because very important thing is, whatever we are thinking inside here, we are radiating that energy through our eyes outside. So eyes are windows to the soul. And when we keep them open, we are actually radiating that energy in our network outside. And whatever we are radiating outside in our network, that is again bouncing back to us, helping us to be stable again emotionally, and thus having that effect on our physical health too, right? So it's very important that we keep our eyes open when we meditate, and we have a sweet smile on our face, very, smilingly, happily. We have to proceed further in our journey, because first thing is that we need to love ourselves, be happy with our own self. Then only we can radiate that energy in our network. Yes. So let's do that with a sweet smile on our face, relaxing our face muscles, sitting back straight, keeping our eyes open. Excuse me, I'll just take a sip of water before I start with meditation. Thank you. Yes. So once again, with a sweet smile on our face and keeping our eyes open, let's visualize ourselves as a tiny dot in the center of our forehead, a white star. And create this thought that I am a star of peace. And I radiating rays of peace all around me. There's a beautiful aura of peace radiating from my forehead all around my body. And visualize that this aura is spreading, growing bigger and bigger. And it is filling the entire room. And whoever are there in the room is touching their souls. And now it's growing more bigger. It's just like a tree growing. And we are growing this net worth of us, of peace, love. It's becoming more bigger than the room. In the building in which we are staying. And carefully visualize it growing and growing. And you find yourself in a white aura of an angelic body. Full of love and peace, radiating throughout the universe. Towards our global network. And now, let us all together fly beyond this universe. Raise our net worth more higher. Beyond the sky, visualize ourselves flying beyond the sky like a free bird. And there you see a realm, a sky of golden red light. And we are in our original identity of stars, like diamonds in the golden red sky. What a beautiful scene. Just like you have a red carpet and you have all diamonds over them. So beautiful. What a beautiful network we are in. This is our real home, golden red light. And we all are in our original identity of our original net worth of love, peace, bliss, happiness. So beautiful. The intentions of each one of us, the diamonds, are so pure. And we see that there is a flawless diamond with its fullest shine. The Almighty authority, very powerful, ocean of love, ocean of peace, ocean of happiness. Like a powerful magnet attracting me. Let's go close to him, touch him. So beautiful. Who is always giving. See yourself under his canopy. So safe. No fear. Feeling so empowered. Feeling so enriched. Feeling so enlightened. Let's thank him from the bottom of our heart. He is none other but my own father, my mother, all relations that I would like to have with him. I thank you for all that you have given me, that you have blessed upon us. And I take a pledge that I will share you this knowledge, your values of love, peace, your virtues of happiness, purity, with each and every one in our network. Its connection with you, O Almighty, that is actually enriching us with such a high net worth. Which is eternal, which is always there, no matter what the situations may be outside. Thank you for such a high net worth that you have given us. And now we come back down in this world, into our body, in the center of our forehead. And with these eyes, when we look outside, we connect with others in our network with this attitude of what our Godfather has given us. That love, that peace, that benevolence for everyone. And empower each and every soul in our network as they are beautiful flowers of God's garden. Each one of them in their original nature are also a very high net worth. So I love all. I trust all. I respect all. And I am grateful to all. Thank you. Om Shanti. So any questions, anyone? You may go ahead.
Om Shanti. Thank you so much, sister. Such a wonderful session today. So there are some commonly asked questions that we wanted to clarify from you. That a common man will relate the network to the social networking. So what is your view of social networking?
Yes. Social network, we have Facebook, YouTube, right? And even in social network, what we are seeing, what is important, if we see that when we are growing on our social network, we need to see that there are, organic, and there are no bots in the social networking also, isn't it? We take care about that. And that is possible only when we remain in our organic, that is our original nature of being loveful, peaceful. And when we do that, we are actually accepting everybody as they are. There's total acceptance. And then, it's like there is no expectation that there should be some likes, there should be some comments. They follow automatically when we are only there to give and give and give. So we are not dependent upon the likes and the comments and all. But we, irrespective of all that, we are there to share God's love, God's pure intentions, knowledge, selflessly. And when we do selflessly, then everything follows like a shadow. Not only the likes and the comments and all this, even in materialistically way, if you see that the real net worth, that is the light within, spirituality is like the light. And when you go towards the light, the shadow automatically follows you. But when you go behind the shadow, you are not going to get the shadow, and you will also lose the light. So remember, even during social networking, that who is doing this social networking? It's me, the soul. And my net worth is not with what I am going to get outside there, but it is, my values inside here, my state of mind being stable, having pure wishes. That is more important. That is more valuable. Those intentions will radiate even in social networking. They will reach those souls who are watching. So those vibes will reach them. So it's very important to be selfish in this way. Actually, it's not selfish, but to take self-care about my state of mind first, and then connect on social media. Thank you. Om Shanti.
Thank you, sister, for the clarification. One more question from Tripathi brother. In professional world, meaning of network has been majorly interpreted by more connection with people and your extrovert personality. What is your advice for IT professionals?
Yes, very good question. And it's not that we do not want to meet people, because as I said, that we are interdependent. So we do come in connection with people, we do meet people, but again, what are our intentions? Our intentions are not to get something, we have this networking time, exchange of cards, dinner time and all that, and what are our intentions during that time? Why are we exchanging cards and having this networking time? Because we feel that, okay, people will know me, they will recognize me, and then when we know them also, we'll see how they can help us, right? So that is the intention. But instead of that, let's create this shift of giving what I can give to them, and when I have this question in front of me, what I can give to them, then we'll find that, how many ever connections we have, but we will have in return blessings from our network, which will empower us. We will not lose energy in maintaining the network. This very important thing, which I would like to mention here, is, it's very easy to create a network, exchange cards, and we create a network, right? And it's not at all difficult to destroy a network. Yes, it is said that love at first sight and divorce at first fight, right? So it's not difficult to destroy the network, but important thing is to maintain the network. And so it's very important that we have this attitude of contributing, to give and give and give only, every time, no matter what the situation is. In every situation, just ask yourself, what can I give in this network to the other person? And automatically you'll find that you'll have very smooth connections with the people. So, whether you're an IT person or any other person, it goes same with everybody, because IT profession is a role that we, the souls, are playing outside. But who is playing the role of IT? It is the soul here who is playing the role. So it's very important to remain in the consciousness of the soul, while you're performing the role of an IT professional. That will help you to enhance your network and your net worth. Thank you. Om Shanti.
Thank you. I hope it's clear, the question. Like sometimes people's intentions are not clear because mostly people don't express their real intention. So in our network, in that scene, how you need to handle when we don't know the people intention.
Yes. Again, very important thing to remember that in our network, we first have to remain in a high net worth. What are my intentions is first important. So my intentions, if I'm looking at others that the intentions of that person is, not good, then again, my intention is differing from being positive, it's coming down. One thing is to understand, and one thing is to become dependent, right? So I understand maybe that is the present sanskar of that person. The original nature is not that of that other person. It's only the present sanskar that other person is portraying, right? So I understand that this is the present sanskar of that person. And when I understand that way, I do not, pollute my intentions with the negativity of the other person. I remain of that high net worth within me. That makes my intellect very clean and clear, in which I can actually catch those vibes of the other person and make myself safe from the negative of that other person. It's like one day, one sister, when there was this mango season, she was cutting mangoes. And when she was cutting mangoes, there was few mangoes who were, not very good from inside. So what the sister did was, she only cut off that thing which was not good from that mango, right? She did not throw away the entire mango. So this made me understand that there are individuals with, everybody is not perfect. So there are individuals with weaknesses also, with negativities also. But instead of just rejecting that individual because of that one particular weakness, it's actually weakening my network. So what I need to do is, I understand that, yes, this is something not good, right? So I just be detached from that which is not good, not allowing that which is not good to affect me. So I am removing the effect of that which is not good over me, right? But in that process, I'm not rejecting the entire person. I keep radiating that love and that trust and that positive vibes for that person. And I can only do that when I don't have expectations from that person, and I accept that person along with their strengths and weaknesses both together. So this is a practice, and this practice we can do only when we remain in our original identity of who I am, a child, a loving child of the Almighty, who is the ocean of love. So when I am connected with the Supreme and I am in my soul conscious stage, then I can allow myself to practice this attitude towards that other persons whose intentions may not be good in the present moment. But I allow myself to see the original sanskars of that person, and so that I can remain safe from that present sanskars of the person. I hope it's clear. Who has asked this question? Sapnabin?
Supriya Behan has given that point.
Yes. So Supriya Behan, is that clear? Is she there?
Yeah, this is there.
Okay.
Yeah, got it. And one more last questions we can pick related to that. It said that you are what your friends are. Like as the company so the color, like that. So choose your friends wisely. What is your advice on making good network of friends? In social media is good enough in this remote working world during pandemic? Is social media is good enough in this remote working world during this pandemic time? How to choose right people?
Yes. So there is goodness and badness in everyone, right? Nobody is perfect. Everybody wants that I should have a perfect partner, I should have perfect children, I should have a perfect colleague, I should have a perfect boss, right? Everyone wants everything to be perfect. And what about my own self? Whether I am perfect or not, it's like it's least matters, isn't it? But I want everything perfect. So we need to understand that nobody is perfect, right? God is perfect. And we all are in the process of becoming like God, becoming perfect. So, yes, to choose is very important, right? We need to choose the goodness. We need to choose to see the goodness in everything. So it is not choosing good people or bad people, but it is choosing the good, to see the good qualities in everyone. If I hope you're getting this, there's a difference. One thing is I choose that this X is good and Y is bad. So I will be in the company of X and not in the company of Y. Okay. Another thing is I choose the good in X and choose the good in Y. Right. So I am actually connected with the goodness in both. And so I am having those pure positive feelings for both, and both are in my network. I cannot ignore anybody. Right. Yes, I spent more time with those, it's like birds of the same feather flock together. So automatically, as you said, as is the color, so as is the company, so is the color. So we need to be very careful about our company also. Yes, we need to choose the right company. Very important. Where the majority of goodness is there, we would like to be in that company. But those who are not with that majority part of goodness, whom we can see the majority part is like, the other part is more dominant maybe at the present moment. It's only at the present moment. It's not permanent. Let us remember that. It's not permanent. So therefore, we need to safeguard ourselves from those negative vibes of that thing which is dominant in the other person. And why we need to safeguard? Because there is that good and bad in me also. So I also need to first remember that I need to, in my own company, inside me, I need to be attached with that which is good in me. I need to love myself for the good that I have. If I start thinking about my weaknesses, again, I'm in my own company of thing which is going to color me with more of weaknesses. So first thing, I start with myself, in connecting myself with the goodness that I have, and then with goodness that others have. And then I first be safe from the weakness that I have. So automatically I have that sanskar of making myself safe from the weakness of what others have. So it's all on the level of consciousness. It's more than on the physical level. So in a physical level, maybe if you are with a person who is very, very good, right? But as I said, nobody is perfect. And after some time, you find that there is that thing which is not so good, which has become which has just popped up, then what will happen? You know, I was having up till now the attitude with that person, oh, that person is so good. And suddenly that something which is not so good has popped up. And then you say, oh, this person is also like this, you know, and then we just lose faith. So it's very important that, first of all, I keep myself from my own weakness of seeing the weakness in others. The greatest weakness is to see the weakness in others. So whenever I see any not so good in others, I don't absorb it in myself, that energy, but I transform it with the understanding that that is not permanent. That is not the original identity of the other person. That's only a temporary sanskar of that person. And I accept that. And then I focus on what is good. So this process, this process of effort that I'm making, I need to start with myself. And when I start with myself, I can do that with others very easily. So this we need to remember in whichever company we are in. Thank you. Om Shanti.
Thank you so much, sister. You clarified, well defined all our questions. And the Tripathi brother who has asked the questions also understood very well.
And what about the questions on YouTube? Any questions on YouTube you're having?
Not much, sister.
Okay, all are answered.
Yeah. So I would hand over to Pitavas brother to carry forward the session.
No, sister will take over. Sister will take over. Yeah.
Om Shanti. I hope all our doubts got clear. Now I am requesting our Patia Center in charge, Gulab Didiji, to deliver the vote of thanks.
ओम शांति। ओम शांति। आज आईटी प्रोग्राम में सबसे पहले परम पिता परमात्मा को तहे दिल से धन्यवाद करती हूँ। उसके बाद आईटी विंग के चेयरपर्सन परम आदरणीय राजयोगिनी ब्रह्मा कुमारी डॉक्टर निर्मला दीदी जी को मैं तहे दिल से धन्यवाद करती, जिनके मार्ग प्रदर्शन में आईटी सेवाएं चल रही हैं। उसके बाद हमारा मधुबन के आईटी विंग कोऑर्डिनेटर राजयोगी ब्रह्मा कुमार यशवंत भाई जी भी वो तहे दिल से धन्यवाद करती हूँ। उसके बाद हमारा भुवनेश्वर सबजन के मुख्य हमारे परम आदरणीय लीना दीदी जी को भी दिल से धन्यवाद है, जिनकी शुभ भावना से आईटी सेवा चल रही है। तो उसके बाद विशेष आज हमारा वक्ता आदरणीय राजयोगिनी ब्रह्मा कुमारी सुनीता दीदी जी, जो इतने समय देकर सुंदर तरीके से हम सभी को आज के टॉपिक्स पर समझाए। इसलिए हमारे सुनीता दीदी जी को परमात्मा की तरफ से, मेरी तरफ से और सभी भाई बहन की तरफ से बार बार दिल से धन्यवाद करती हूँ। बहुत बहुत थैंक्स। तो आज के प्रोग्राम में तो जिनका भी सहयोग रहा तो उन सभी को बहुत बहुत थैंक्स। और आप सभी भाई बहन जो आज के इस प्रोग्राम में जुड़े, चाहे जूम के माध्यम से, चाहे यूट्यूब के माध्यम से, आप सभी को भी बहुत बहुत थैंक्स, धन्यवाद। सभी को धन्यवाद करते हुए परमात्मा की याद में रहकर मैं अपने वोट ऑफ थैंक्स समाप्त करती हूँ। ओम शांति, ओम शांति। दीदी जी, ओम शांति।